Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. All right, we're back. We got a sharp bit. We're ready to go. At least I hope we're ready. I'm going to rotate this just a little bit, just to get a little more bite. Much smoother cut, that's for sure. Now that's the cut we want. I think what I'm going to do is, we're sitting at 25 degrees. I think I'm going to run us over to 45 degrees and just knock off that top edge, because, I mean, I could file it, but I'll just wear out 3 files trying to get this thing filed out. So we will kick this over to 45 degrees and see what we can do. Come on. And we're just going to knock that top edge off just a smidge. And that might even be too much right there. Well, I guess it isn't too much. There we go. Maybe just a little more. Okay, one more little pass. That's good for that. Let's rotate it back to the other 45 degrees and do the inside. So the other 45 degrees is what? Well, actually, yeah, we can just roll in and do it from the back side. If we can reach. Almost. I'm going to need a flashlight. Okay. Oops, the other way. That might give us what we want. I'd say so. Good solid fit. I mean, we still want to round those corners off a little bit, but as far as I can see, that's going to be a good fit. And how are we doing from down there? Yep, that's good. Okay. So we're going to use some crappy ass old piece of shit file. Because I know it'll be in the trash bin once I even get this just slightly rounded. And then maybe we can just do it with a edger for the inside. That looks pretty good. I'm thinking we got plenty of support there. The main thing it wants to do is bottom out on that thing there, because there's going to be a lot of pressure on this. And this is basically a support. I think that's going to be good. Okay, next part of this experiment. And you can be with me on this part here. There's a big rubber ring right here. And this thing, this thing wants to bottom up out on that rubber ring because there's going to be a bunch of pressure on this system. So what I have to do is I have to trim this down probably almost all the way to get it to fit, to get this to fit inside of here, and then far enough down that the rubber ring can push up against this and create a pressure. So we are going to take some measurements. Yeah, and we're going to cut beyond that, which means that there's no way to grab it because my customer bought this piece of metal, and if I'd have bought the piece of metal, I would have bought one, you know, an inch longer and then cut it off afterwards. But he decided to not do that. So what we'll probably want to do is we're going to come in, cut this down right to the face of the jaws, and then get it to fit, and then come back in and cut this off to fit that. And then it comes in and gets welded. So let's bring our head back to a normal 45. Or a compound back, somewhere in that general area. Head to there. Rotate this back. Let's get this rotated a little bit more square. Take it in right up next to our jaws. Lock our carriage lock down. Bring it back. Now let's take 5. Oh, that's interesting. It's just at the right speed where it's chipping it off like it's cast iron. Yeah, what kind?
I'm not exactly sure. I was trying to remember about what a rattlesnake looks like.
Diamond head. Looks like a garter snake with a diamond head.
Kind of have a diamond head.
Big one, huh?
Big around.
Did it have tail on it? Did it have
a tail and a kind of...
Did it have rattles? You know, a big one like that would have rattles. No, you wouldn't hear it if it wasn't freaked out.
Looks like a diamond head.
Did it have a...
It was outside the garden.
Did you see the tail?
Uh-huh.
And was it...
This kind of, the tail kind of went up and had this little kind of narrow tail kind of thing that just kind of was up. It was, you know.
The rattler snake
Yeah.
has a kind of a blunt tail, and the last 3 inches are an obvious rattle because they flop.
Yeah.
Didn't see that, huh?
I'm not positive about that. It was like, just thought I was really paying attention to the head, and it seemed like it was a diamond head.
Yeah, but a garter snake has kind of a similar.
Yeah. Well, it was a nice looking snake.
And big.
It was fast.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, there was that baby snake that I saw like 2 years ago. And then there was a pretty good sized snake that was inside the garden.
All right, we got about 20 more thousandths to take off of there. So we're going to take 10. And get this thing to start trimming smoothly. So we've got, there's 5, 10. And we got about 13 or 14 thousandths to take off. And we're pretty warm, so I'm going to let that cool down. And we will come back in 15 or 20 minutes and figure out what we're going to do with the final part. We'll be back. All right, I think we're taking our last cut here. Let's see how it goes. All right, we're pretty good. Let's have a look at our snap gauge. 8 is where we're touching. All right, we'll take 8 more. And we're going to do 2, 3. All right, there's 2,000ths. More like 1.5. Someplace right in there. I'm thinking, let's just go ahead and pull this off. We're going to create a line right there, but this is all underneath anyhow, and that gets welded. So I think we're in pretty good shape. And I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing it almost wanting to fit. I mean, it hangs. Let's take some new measurements. Flip you around here. Okay, so let's take this one more time and see where we're at. Yeah, it looks like we still got a little bit left to do. So we're 1 under 0 here. One more time. Ah, that feels good. Yeah, we're sitting just a little above 0. Maybe 1/10. That means we have 1,000ths press, and I like that. Let's see what it looks like slipping on here. Maybe there's an edge there. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. Okay, so we've got our measurements set, and if we take 150 thousandths off of the bottom of this, I think we're going to have plenty of room for the weld and plenty of room to press up against that rubber gasket. So we're going to just start trimming. And once again, we're here with the little south bend. It can take about, oh, I don't know, 10 thousandths at a cut without it binding up and getting all weird. So we'll just kind of trim away a little bit at a time. And not quite as clean a cut as I want there. Let's go ahead and get a round file in here and see if we can clean up that edge a little bit better. Almost. I think that'll do it. Okay, so now we'll put this thing back together again and see what we got. All right, so now we put the basket in, and I think we should put the cap on and put the clamp on and get that all tightened up and in place. And then we press the other piece in on top of the cap until we feel the pressure against it. All right, nice and tight. Push that rubber down till it bottoms out. Put the screen in, and this thing should just slip right on with a little pressure, of course. We're going to take it over the press. All right, we're putting it in the small press because I have a lot more control with the small press. The big one's great, it's excellent press, but I can't get that fine tuning, and I don't want to I want to be able to feel this one as it goes in, because the outer rim out here is oblong slightly, and so I want to be able to press it in and feel it. If it's too tight, then I'll pop it back out and we'll take down an edge or something like that to get it right. But I think it's going to be fine going in. So we're going to put a plate on top of it, and we're going to come down on it. There, it's bottomed out on the rubber. Yeah, the screen's nice and centered, so that means it's sitting in the rim. Now we'll go ahead and take this apart. Pop this off. Yeah, the rubber sits up just a little bit like it should, and then our rim is right there. Nice. Yeah, and I see on this part here, see where the rubber marked it because it was pushing hard against it? Yeah, so we've got the right distance here. All right, so then we take the rubber out, we take the screen out, and this part, well, you know, I could just go ahead and throw a MIG on there, but I want something a little bit cleaner than that. So I'm going to take it in, and I've got a local guy who knows how to TIG real well. I'm going to have him run a TIG down the center of that and give us a good clean weld. And then this thing will be ready. Oh, well, almost ready. I've got to drill a couple holes in the top there. Well, that's that for now. We've got a couple of holes to drill up here. We may just go ahead and do that right now. Get that over with. And hey, we'll be back. All right, well, we've got 2 holes to drill and tap. And I'm going to go look at the paperwork and make sure we're doing the right thing here. Well, I'm going to have to go down to the computer because it's on my email. So we're going to just start the holes here right now. Well, you can see that bit is a little bit out, huh? Let's take this up a bit. Just totally wiped out that bit. That's stainless steel for you. I don't know, the bit looks pretty good. Alright, let's get a little bit of oil on that. That time it wiped out the bit. In fact, it broke it off. Well, hopefully it's going to be easy to get it out. Did we punch through? No. All right, we're going to have to fight to get this out, but hey, let's give it a try. All right, so we've tried to figure this out. We've got the little dinky drill bit, and it's broken off about, a 1/4 inch down. Now, the one thing that I can do, and I don't know if I can bring this in close enough for you to see it. Let's see if we can get a better view there. Yeah, I got myself a mill bit, with a hole in the center. And I believe that is about a little bit bigger than the actual center. Now that bit's got a broken tong on it there. You can kind of see that. But I think we're going to be able to just kind of work our way down there right over the top of that drill bit and get around the bit and then pull it out. And the reality of it is we're going to run a 1/8 inch pipe thread down it. So that takes a 27/64 drill bit, and this is way smaller than that, so we're pretty good. Okay, so we're going to come in and mill out that hole so we can get the drill bit out, and then we want to go directly across center and drill out that other hole. So what we have to do now is find center, and what I'm going to do is just come into the center point of the machining process. I mean, this little disc was machined at one point. We're not looking for dead center accurate, we're just looking to get close, and there is close. And we're going to zero out the DRO. There's center. Oh yeah, we want to come back down and find center of this hole. And notice we're just slightly off. That's not too bad. We'll just rotate a bit. And that looks pretty on. Take it back to center. That looks good. Okay. Now, tighten everything down. Notice I put paper underneath there because I didn't want to scratch this really nice finish up. And so we'll just snug this baby down and take out our pointer. Dang. Wasn't quick enough. Put our little mill bit back in. There we go. All right, now we're going to run this baby pretty slow because it is stainless steel. Lots of oil. Make sure we're centered. We are. And we're just going to go down on top of that sucker. Yep. And there's the drill bit right there. In fact, it looks like it even kind of walked it out a little bit. Let me get a pair of pliers and we'll pull that bit out. Maybe. Pull part of the bit out. Well, actually that wasn't the bit. That was just a piece of material. All right, we'll keep going down. Let's have a look and see if we've gotten that bit yet. We're getting it in pieces, which is fine. Okay, there we go. Went right through.